Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the session. Just give me a minute. Okay. I hope you all can hear me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you. I've sent the invite to our pro learners. Please join. So the topic is a very basic one. I'm not going to discuss much on this topic because we've not going to have much of a discussion on this because this is simply about questions related to how. And we have already discussed the interrogative sentences. We've also discussed when do we use the countable and uncountable nouns. So how much and how many, we've already used that. All right. So today's today's session will just use for the exercise that I'd given you all and to discuss what you've written. Okay. So just give me a minute. We will start. Okay. Make a note. So the topic that I had given you all to write last week was one person that you admire. Okay. I had informed you all that we'll discuss this and I'd expect at least one page or at least 2 or 3 paragraphs. Okay. So if anyone has not written, you still have time during this session. You can think and quickly make a note while others read their content. Okay. Whatever they've written. Right. Okay. What the topic here states. Yeah, we'll just quickly complete the topic. So while others join, okay. Krishna, go ahead, read the slide.
How long? How long, sir?
Yeah. How long can means the duration, right? Duration. How long is the movie? All right, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. Duration. Or the length as well. How long is the bridge? But the better way of asking is what is the length of the bridge? Okay. Go ahead, read this.
How often?
How often means what? Often means what?
Often means regular.
Often means frequency. This question is, this question is meant for frequency. How often do you visit him? How often do you go to the class? Okay. So this is related to frequency. Okay. Sarup, go ahead, read the next slide.
How often do you go for a walk?
Yeah, again, frequency. How often? You don't say how much or. So how many times do you go for a walk? Yes, might sound correct. However, the better way of asking is how often. So when you talk about activities, frequency is what is important. All right. How often do you go for a walk? Go ahead, read the next one.
How much milk is there in the bowl?
Countable, uncountable?
Uncountable, sir.
Uncountable, absolutely. If it was packets or bottles of milk, then obviously you count how many bottles or how many packets. But here, clearly. Dipali, go ahead, read the next slide.
How long does the movie last?
Duration.
First one.
Go ahead, read the next one.
How often do you meet your grandmother?
How often do you meet your grandmother?
Yes.
Monica, go ahead, read the next slide.
How long does it take to get from Delhi to Mumbai?
How long does it take to get from, yes, correct, absolutely. Again, here talking about duration, the distance show in hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. Okay, go ahead, read the next one, next slide.
How many times? कितना बड़ा? How many times? ये पूछता है कि कोई काम या घटना कितना बड़ा हुए
कितनी बार
इसका
हुआ?
जवाब-
Yeah. How many
इसका
times? Yeah.
जवाब अक्सर एक एग्जैक्ट कितनी गिनती होती है. Example, how many times did you visit Paris last year?
That's
How
fine.
often?
The next one, just read the question in English. That's fine. You don't have to explain.
How often? How often do you visit Paris?
Yeah, very good. So something that we just discussed. How many times? Okay. How you use how much, uncountable, how many, countable, how often here is reflected, is related to the frequency. Okay. All right, let's continue. Karthik, go ahead, read the next slide.
Yes, sir. How many times did the phone ring last night?
This particular
times-
question, yeah,
How
if you
many times
say
did the phone ring last night?
the phone ring last night. Now, in this particular question, you can also ask how often did the phone ring last night. The only thing that will change is that if you ask how often did the phone ring last night, your answer would be, could be it rang every hour, for example, or after every hour, or every 30 minutes, or every 2 hours, all right? But here he's asking the number of times. So rang 5 times, 6 times. But you can also ask how often did the phone ring last night. The meaning would slightly change where the speaker is referring to the frequency of the phone ringing. But here it's the number of times that it rang. Okay. Go ahead, read the next one.
Yes, sir. I think second. How long did it take you to get here?
How long did it take?
Sir, did it take for you? No. Did it take you?
No, it's fine. How long did it take you to get here? It's correct. It's correct. How long did it take
For you to get here? No.
No, you don't need to use for in this case. You can just say how long did it take you to get here. It basically means आपको यहाँ पहुँचने में कितना समय लगा.
Even if we add for also same, sir. Grammatical correct.
Yes, both are correct. Both are correct.
Okay.
You can say how long did it take for you to reach here. You can remove for. How long did it take you to get here, get there, here or there, whatever. It's fine. Both you can use with for, without for. Both are right. Krishna, go ahead. Read the next one.
Sorry, sir. How far is Agra from Delhi?
How far is Agra from Delhi? Distance. Go ahead. Read the next one.
How long was how long your stay in Mumbai?
मुंबई में तुम्हारा प्रवास कितना लंबा था? How long? Yeah, it's correct. How long was your
How long was
your
your
stay?
stay in Mumbai?
Correct. Tarup, go ahead. Read the next one.
How often do you play cricket?
How often do you play cricket? Go ahead. Read the next one.
How tall is your brother?
Yeah, obviously don't ask long. How tall? Yes, absolutely. How tall is your brother? Correct. Dipali, go ahead. Read the next one.
How old is Gita's sister?
How old is Gita's sister? Just read the ones on the left, the English ones.
How long? How often? How many times? How far? How high? How tall? How much? How many? How wide? How deep? How old?
Correct. Countable, uncountable. Okay. So much and many we know how. And the other thing is about frequency, distance, length, okay, duration rather, then height, width. When you say wide, it's width, deep, depth, old. What's this? Yeah, how old? Yeah. So, Monica, go ahead, read the next one.
How long have you been working there? Working here.
Yeah. How long have you been working here? कितने time से यहाँ पर काम कर रहे हो? Yes, go ahead. Read the next one to the end. How far is?
How far is Chandni Chowk from your place?
How far is Chandni Chowk from your place? Correct. Yes. All right. Well done. So nothing much to discuss here. As I mentioned, we'll discuss the content that you've written. Okay. I'll try and give as much feedback as possible. If not, then obviously I'll go through the recording, and if there's anything, I'll let you all know later. But at the moment, let's go ahead. So the topic that I'd given you all to write on was one person that you admire. Only one person. All right. So, and why? It can be anyone. If anyone has not written it right now, there are a couple of learners who've written it. So in the meantime, you can think and write something. Just try and write at least one page. If not a page, at least 2 or 3 paragraphs is what I expect you all to write. Okay. And I'd prefer if you've written it rather than just saying it or thinking and saying, because if you've written it, there you can then, you can correct yourself. So it works two ways. One is the speaking exercise as well as the written exercise. Okay. All right. So Dipali and Tarub had written it. The others, I'm not sure. If you're not, then just write it right away. It'll not take more than 5 minutes. Okay. 5 or 10 minutes maximum. So Tarub, go ahead. You can start with what you've written and read a little slow so that I can, make a note of what you've written, and if there's any feedback I can share once you're done. Okay.
Yes, sir. The person who I admire the most is Elon Musk. Who is Elon Musk? Elon Musk is an entrepreneur, investor, and business manager. He is the founder and CEO of SpaceX, PayPal, Tesla, etc. He is the wealthiest person in the world. Few lines about his journey. When he wanted to make rockets for SpaceX, he found the price of rockets very high. So he used first principle, which means to go into the root of anything. He searched the price of parts of rocket individually, and he came to know that it just cost 2 to 3% of whole rocket. So he made it on his own, and he also made it reusable. What I like about him the most? I like his passion, dedication, hard work, and how much he is strong. A story of him which motivates me to be strong. He launched rockets for 3 times and all of them were failed. He dared to launch fourth one, although he knew if it fails it can bankrupt not only SpaceX but it also affect Tesla as well. Two quotes of his I like are: first one is, I think it's possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. And the second one is don't be afraid of new arenas. That's all, sir.
Very good. Well done. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Well done. Well written. Couple of things I'll share a feedback. Yes. So very good start. Excellent introduction. Very good. So like just to engage the listener, who is Elon Musk? Elon Musk is so and so person, etc. Very good intro. Yeah. Now, so overall, excellent. Well done. Good reading as well. Very clear diction, pronunciation. Very good. About the writing, and a couple of things here, that the words that you use that you can avoid are after the excellent introduction, you said few lines about his journey, not needed. Just say,
Yes, sir.
let me, so, or if or you can just say, just start by saying Elon Musk started his journey with, okay, so and so, or started
Okay.
his journey by getting into this particular field or whatever he did. Okay. No need to say a few lines about journey, not needed. Or
No,
if
sir.
you're, yeah,
Yes, I wanted to use colon. That's why I written like this.
okay, good. But in that case, you can just say, now let me share a few, let me share, let me share details about the start of his journey. Okay. And here's a few details about the start of his journey. Okay. So rather than using few lines, let me share some details about the start of his journey. Or Elon Musk started his journey with whatever. Okay. The other thing that you mentioned is one of the lines, it's one of the sentences, statements, it's stated, he realized that uh, it was just, you know, just the price of the whole rocket, something like that, right?
Yes, sir. He
So
knew that it
yeah,
just cost 2 to 3% of whole rocket.
so use in place of just, you can use the word only in that case. So he
Okay.
realized that it only cost, and in place of whole, you can use the statement like he realized. What was the statement that you made? Can you just repeat it once?
And he came to know that it just
Yeah.
cost 2
One
to
second.
3%.
So came to know, remove that. It's not a very good statement. And he realized that
Yeah.
it cost, and he realized that it cost only 2 to 3% of the entire cost of the rocket. Also remove
Okay.
the word whole. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So it cost only 2% of the entire cost of the rocket. Right. So
Yes,
remove
sir.
just, and in place of the other, he came to know,
Yes,
realized
sir.
that. Okay. The other thing, you use the thing what was it? Yeah, you said that the reason I like him, and why do I like him, something like that, right?
What I like about him the
Yeah,
most.
incorrect. Don't use that. Just say the thing I like the most about him is, okay. So why? Because what I like about him, you are asking a question. What do I like about him? What I like about him is like a kind of a jumbled up question, not an embedded one, not a proper question. So what I like about him is no harm in using it. We do use it.
Yes, sir.
What I like about him is that, and then you continue. There's no harm in, but the better way of saying it is the thing I like the most about him is. There's no need to use a question in this case. You are
Okay,
anyway
sir.
stating that the thing I like the most about him is, and highlighting whatever you like. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then you use, there was one statement, correct me if I'm wrong, where you used how much strong he is, something like that. Can you read that statement?
Yes, sir. Just a second.
There, I don't think you need to use how much strong, just say how strong he is.
Yes, sir. In this, I like his passion, dedication, hard work, and how much he is strong.
That is an incorrect sentence. Read the sentence again.
I like his passion, dedication, hard work, and how much he is strong.
It's wrong. So I like his dedication, passion, hard work, and his strength. Okay.
Strength.
And
Okay,
his
sir.
willpower, or yeah, actually, or you can just say, and how strong he is. Okay.
Okay.
What I admire or what I like about him. And sometimes when
Okay.
you write, you should use the last name. Like, for example, the thing I like the most about him, rather than using him always, also use
Yes.
what I like about Mr. Musk, or about uh, about Musk is, you can just use without the title
Yes,
as well, but if you want to use the title, that's better. The thing I like the most about Mr. Musk is that he is passionate, he is hardworking, and he has a great sense of, and he has great strength to go on despite obstacles and to overcome obstacles. Okay. Then
yes,
the
sir.
other statement that you used was, certain things were failed, not needed. Were failed is an
Okay.
incorrect statement. Read that sentence again where you used it.
Yes, sir. He launched rockets for 3 times, and
For three
all
times,
of
again incorrect. He launched rockets 3 times, or no, he launched rockets thrice.
thrice. Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
thrice he
Some.
launched rockets, and then
Okay. And all of them were failed.
no, thrice. The statement you can just say uh, the 3 times. The 3 times he launched. Okay, the 3 times he launched the rockets, he experienced failure. Another way of making this statement is, the 3 times he launched the rockets, comma, he experienced failure. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Or the other way, thrice he launched the rockets, thrice he launched the rockets, and it failed.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
And they failed thrice. No, but that's, yeah. In fact, just remove that. The first one is actually a better statement. The 3 times
Okay,
he launched the rockets, he experienced failure, or the launch of his 3 rockets failed. Okay. Or
yes,
each
sir.
time, or if you don't want to mention the number, the other way, this is also fine. The
Okay,
launch of
sir.
his 3 rockets failed, or every time he launched a rocket, it failed. So you avoid using words like were failed and got failed, because failure itself means that something did not succeed, right?
Okay,
So
sir.
yeah, so avoid using words like that, were failed. The reason we
Okay, sir.
use words like were is to show that this happened in the past, but your word itself failed,
Yes.
failed itself indicates that your statement is in the past tense, right? So that's the common mistake. So avoid that, right? And yes, I like the most, yeah, I think I already told you the thing I like the most about him. There was one last statement you said, I like the most are. So the better way of saying that, the qualities. So rather than using words like, use certain words like admire. Okay, admire the thing. What is it? What are you
Two
right?
quotes of his.
Yeah,
I.
like.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you probably say the 2 quotes of his that I
I.
admire the most are, and then yeah. So use other
Yes, sir.
words that are synonyms of the word like. Like you can, use
Admire.
admire, respect, or the qualities of his that I'm fond of are, or the qualities or the qualities of his that I appreciate are. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
respect, appreciate, admire, be fond of. Okay, so use other words that show similar things. So the idea is to ensure that you use more words, more vocabulary,
Yes, sir.
and convey it in the best possible manner. But well done, very good. Good statements, very well written, good flow. So well done. You can probably add more in your free time, but yeah, well done. Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, just work on that. So the crux of the matter, whatever I said, is certain words that you can avoid, certain repetition that you need to avoid. Past tense sentences already in past tense, you don't need to use words like was, were, already understood the meaning. And rather than using words like just, whole, use words like only, entire, etc. Right?
Yes, sir. Sir, one question I want to ask. But he did, instead of using but, I used semicolon. He did.
You'll have to tell me the sentence for me to understand.
Yes, sir. He, like I was, no, sorry. I wrote, He launched rocket for 3 times and all of them were failed. But he did, instead of using but he did, I used semicolon and just wrote he dared to launch fourth one.
He dared. Yeah, that's fine. It's a continuation. You can use the semicolon.
Okay, sir.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you could probably show a bit of context where you say, if this was a statement, I would have put it across in such a manner, despite the 3 failures, despite the repeated setbacks. Yeah. In place
Yes,
of
sir.
yeah, you can also use word like setback. Despite repeated setbacks, and in bracket, you can use the failure of the three failed rocket launches in bracket. Despite the repeated setbacks, he continued his journey and he continued pursuing his ambition. And then that is launching the fourth one, despite the 3 failures. Okay. You can play
Okay,
around
sir.
with words. There are multiple ways in which you can say the same thing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Thank you. Dipali, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us what have you written.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. I need to make a note here. Just give me a minute, okay? Yeah, and go slow so that I can make a note of whatever I have to. Go ahead.
The person whom I admire is my elder brother. We have a bond of sibling that enough to love him, but I admire him for the qualities he possesses. Since childhood,
Dipali, I'm sorry. Can you start? Can you start again?
yes, sir. May I start now?
Yeah, go ahead.
The person whom I admire is my elder brother. We have a bond of sibling that enough to love him, but I admire him for the qualities he possesses. Since childhood, he is caring for parents and siblings, humorous in nature, can make laugh others, fun and adventure loving.
Can you repeat this statement?
Since childhood, he is caring for parents and siblings, humorous in nature, can make laugh others, fun and adventure loving.
Yeah, go ahead.
He has good relation with our extended family as he loved to stay in touch with everyone.
Yeah.
He established his business on his own and is well settled now.
Okay.
His spouse, in bracket, my sister-in-law, is equally compatible. This added one more feather in his hat and his qualities got brighter even more.
Okay.
Whenever I visit his home, I acquire new things and came up with many more learnings. He taught me cricket when I was young. Next, I learned scooter driving and then four-wheeler driving. My sister-in-law cooks food very well, so I learned many things from her also, as I too love cooking.
Yeah, go ahead. You can continue. You don't have to stop.
Yes, sir.
If needed,
He
I'll tell you.
always tries to improve me. He always tries to improve me, always ready to listen my problems, encourage me and teaches me to be positive in every aspect of life. He is socially active, good at communication skills, so he has many friends and often gets chances to enjoy. I am so blessed to have a brother like him.
Done?
Yes, sir.
Good. Well done. Well done. Very good. Well done. So good. Good narration. You started well, you ended well, and good explanation in the middle as well. Very good. Well done. Feedback. So Yeah, some of the things, the first sentence, okay, the first sentence that can you read the first sentence?
We have a bond of sibling
It
that
should be
enough
siblings.
siblings. Okay.
That is
Siblings,
enough.
that is enough
Enough. Continue.
to love him.
Okay.
But I admire him. Then I put a semicolon, sir, for the qualities he possesses.
Not needed. But I admire him for the qualities he possesses. Plural.
Possesses.
Yes. Yes. Don't need a semicolon in this case.
Okay.
Okay. But I admire him for the quality he possesses. Okay. Right. Now the other, yeah. So yeah, got it. Siblings, that is enough. So what you are trying to say is that the person I admire the most is the person whom I admire the most is my elder brother. Full stop. The second sentence is the fact that he is a sibling or the fact that he's my brother is good enough to love him. However, not only that, but also for the fact that the qualities he possesses, he's my favorite person, or whatever way you put it across. That's fine. But that is enough. That enough is incomplete. Okay, and possess is incorrect. It should be possesses. He possesses, singular. Okay, first person, plural. Okay, so yeah, he possesses. Second, the tense that you used in your later the sentence was incorrect. He is caring for. He has been caring for. Okay, he has been caring for his brothers and sisters, his siblings, as well as his parents for a very long time, or since he was a kid, whatever. He is humor. He has a great sense of humor. That is a better way of describing someone rather than saying he's humorous. He has a great sense of humor is a better statement. He can make others laugh. That should be a sentence. There you made a mistake by using he make others laugh or something like that, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. He can make others laugh. That should be the sentence. What have you written?
He can make laugh others.
That is incorrect. He can make others laugh, right? He can make others laugh. And he is fun and adventurous. Okay. Rather than saying he loves fun and adventure, he is fun and adventurous. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Then the other, you use the statement something. What was the statement where you said the relationships he loves to stay in touch with, something like that? What was that statement?
Yes, sir. He has good relation with our extended family and love to stay in touch with everyone.
Rather than saying he has good relation, you can say he has good relationship with the extended family. That's fine. No harm in saying he has a good relation, but he has a good relationship with his extended family. Okay. And he loves to stay in touch with others. He loves to keep in touch with others. One statement, he established his business. If that is what you've written in the past tense, then it's correct. What have you written? He established or he established?
Yes, sir. He established his business on his own and is well settled now.
Yeah, that's correct. Good. Past tense. I didn't hear you clearly, but that's fine. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
There is a sentence that you've written about brighter, even more. That is not needed.
Yes, sir.
Can you repeat that
Yes, sir.
sentence?
His spouse is equally compatible. This added one more feather in his hat and his qualities got brighter even more.
That's not needed. So you can say that the way I would write this sentence is his spouse who is equally compatible. Just a minute. Compatible. Further enhanced his qualities. The way I would use the sentence is his spouse who is equally compatible further enhanced his qualities or enhanced his qualities. No, even more is not needed in this case. Yeah. So you can either use his spouse, comma, who is equally compatible, enhanced his qualities, You don't say brightened his qualities more. That is not needed. Brighter the qualities more. That statement is a little vague. Or the or the idiom that you used here, feather in your cap. Okay, feather in your cap is actually basically an achievement to be proud of. Okay, something like that.
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
you can probably use that his spouse is extreme. You can break it up into 2 or 3 statements. His spouse is also also has a pleasing personality and is extremely compatible. This being with her has made him an even more has made him a better person, or has enhanced his qualities, has further enhanced his qualities. Okay, you can break it up into 2 statements there, right?
Mhm.
Okay, the other thing, come up with. So there's a statement that he comes up with. What was that statement? Something before the driving a scooter, you mentioned that he can
Yes.
come up with, he comes up
Yeah.
with something like that.
Whenever I visit his home, I acquire new things and came up with many more learnings.
You're talking about yourself, right?
Yes, sir.
So rather than you coming up, you can say, whenever I visit his house, I acquire new knowledge and learn new things. Okay, that's a better way of saying that, right?
Yes, sir.
Then you mentioned something about driving a scooter, a 4-wheeler. Not that the statement was framed in a you could have framed it in a different way. What is that
Yes.
statement that you made? Can you repeat it?
He means, sir, he taught me so many things in my life.
Yeah.
The meaning was that I should, if it is not required, then I should not have explained it separately.
No, whatever you explained is fine. He taught me
Yes, sir.
several things is fine, but what have you written that I want to hear that
He
line?
taught me cricket and then scooter driving. After
Scooter
that,
driving
sir,
is incorrect. You can say he taught me uh,
Two-wheeler driving.
no, not 2-wheeler driving. Taught me to drive a scooter as well as a 4-wheeler. Okay,
yes, sir.
just a minute. He taught. Yeah, he taught me to drive a scooter as well as a 4-wheeler. This is a proper statement. Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And the last part of it is, what was that statement that you made about he's always ready to listen? Can you repeat that
Yes, sir.
statement?
So he always tries to improve me, always ready to listen my problems,
Listen to my problems.
listen to my problems,
Yes.
encourages me,
Encourages me.
yes, sir, and teaches me to be positive in every aspect of life.
That is correct. That the end is very good. But encourages me, and he always listens to me rather than saying listens to my problem. Yeah, if you want to highlight the fact that you can also rephrase it in 2-3 sentences. He's someone I'm always comfortable sharing my problems with. Okay. He's one person I'm comfortable sharing my problems with. Or if you don't want to continue the sentence, and use another statement. He is a person who is always he is a person who's always supportive and always encourages me to maximize my potential. He's someone who encourages me to maximize my potential and whatever the last part that you've written, and manage everything in life, or learn new things, or whatever you've mentioned. So that way you are stating that the person is one person who encourages you to become a better person and achieve more in life. That's what you basically mean. Okay, so
Yes.
so to sum up, the summary of the feedback basically is the plural words that you've written. Okay, the singulars that need to be plural. Okay, some of the places where there was a repetition, try and avoid that. Some of the sentences, the construction was incorrect. I corrected those. Like the tense was incorrect. He's caring for, he has been caring for, because you are talking about the present but started in the past. You use he has been caring for. present perfect continuous. Okay. He is humorous, can make others laugh, not can others make laugh or something like that. Okay. So try and some of the sentences, you can break it up into 2 or 3 sentences. And sometimes the tense is clear, so you don't need to add other verbs to make it a past tense, because the word itself indicates, sentence itself indicates that the tense is the past tense. Okay. All right. And a repetition like driving, the sentence construction. All right. So that's about it. Okay. Well done. Good. Good
Yes, sir.
passage you've
Thank
written.
you, sir. I learned a lot, and I
No, that's okay. You're welcome.
came to know how to make sentence structure more perfectly.
That's good. No, keep writing. Keep writing. The more you write, the
Yes,
more you
sir.
will learn. You will not even need my help. It's you will realize that. So when what you can do
Yes,
is
sir.
try and whatever anyone who's written, try and note it and write it on. Just write it on either the Google Translate or wherever, and just see what meaning you derive from it in whatever your language is, Hindi, Marathi, whatever it is. Okay. All right. And then you'll also see where you need to make corrections. Yes. Anyone else? Well done. Thank you. Anyone else has written?
Thank you, sir.
I'm ready.
Yeah, go ahead. You're welcome. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, sir. 1 minute, sir.
Your voice is not very clear, Karthik.
1 minute, sir. Am I audible now?
Yeah, this is better. Go ahead.
Yeah. Dhoni is my inspiration. His life story is a kind of inspiration for the people who come from poor financial background or who are facing struggles in reaching their goals. Even though he had to join in railways to support his family financially, he did not give up his passion towards cricket. Even though he faced many failures in his life, he never lost his confidence. As a captain, he followed unique strategies and took many dare steps. Not selecting 3 senior members into the team for their poor form is one of the dare steps he took as a captain. Under his captaincy, India topped the Test rankings for the first time in 2009. Fans call him Mr. Cool as he is cool even during the tense situations of the matches. There is a saying that even we achieve a lot, we should be down to earth. This line suits him very much. Even after winning one day World Cup, he did not show his emotions, which shows how balanced he is and which is not possible for so many people who shows their emotions even for small achievements. For me, Dhoni is always the captain of Indian cricket team. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Well done. So first, a couple of words for pronunciation. Repeat the word failure.
Failure.
Failure is the pronunciation, not failure.
Failure.
Failure, yes. Failure. Then captain.
Captain.
Captain, yes. So yes, well done. Good. Yeah, you wrote everything, most of it starting and then middle and an end. Very good. Well done. Well written. Couple of things. So words like inspiration were repeated. Try and avoid that. All right. So he is my inspiration is fine. He's someone who has inspired millions in the country and worldwide. So that is one statement you can use. The other thing you use, even though, a couple of times, try and avoid that. You can use words like despite. The first sentence, even though even after joining, something like that, you can just say, even after he joined railways, he did not quit or he did not give up his passion. Okay. Then, despite repeated failures, okay, you again use even though he something
Yes,
failed, despite repeated failures, he kept going, and whatever you continued, that part was fine. Well, you said dare step. He took a bold step. Okay, bold step, or he was bold enough or courageous to drop seniors. All right, and
Okay.
yeah,
So
so
their steps wrong, sir.
yeah, dare steps is wrong. You can either say daring. Okay, or you can say that he was bold enough. Okay, he took a daring step to quit.
Sir,
Okay.
bold means one who talks whatever he wants straightforward, like that.
No, bold,
Straightforward, no, sir. Bold means
straightforward, and bold basically means someone who is not afraid to, who's not afraid to take risks. Bold.
okay, okay.
Yeah, that's why we call the person bold as daring, someone who's unafraid. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that is one thing. The other thing, under his captaincy. So the word captain is repeated many times. You can use the word under his leadership. Okay. Even
Okay.
his leadership. The other sentence, even during the tense, something like that you mentioned. What was that sentence? Even during the tense.
Tense situations of the matches.
So here you can say, if you want to highlight a little more, you can say even during the most demanding and tense situations of a game, of a match, he kept his cool, or he kept his calm, or he held, or he showed great control over his nerves. Okay, you can use something like that. So even during the most demanding and tense situations of a match, he kept control. He kept great control over his nerves, or he showed tremendous. So even during the most demanding and tense situations of a match, he showed great control over his nerves, or he kept himself. He kept his cool. He showed. You can either say he showed a great sense of calmness. Okay, he showed a great sense of calmness, right? You can say that, or he showed a great sense of calm. Either way you want to rephrase it, you can use 2 or 3 ways of saying this. Okay, but yeah, so rather than saying even during the tense, even during the most demanding and tense situations of a game, the better way of highlighting it. There's one thing you mentioned. Yeah, so the usage of the word even is a lot more than it should be. And try and minimize the usage, right? By using other words like, so the synonyms of even could be, despite. Okay, despite. Then
Although, though.
although, though. Yeah, so you can, the moment you change that, you can kind of make other sentences. Okay.
Okay, sir.
The other thing, winning the World Cup or something, there was when we won. So
Yeah.
What was that statement?
1 minute, sir.
Even I got it. Even after winning the World Cup. So you said one day world or something like that. You can just say even after winning the ODI World Cup or the one day World Cup, or even after winning the ODI, because you know what is the full form of ODI. You can just say even after winning the ODI World Cup, he.
I wrote ODI only, but while saying I said one day.
One day, yeah, no problem. So even after winning the ODI, or even after lifting, or even after winning, or even after scoring the winning runs of the ODI World Cup in the ODI World Cup, or even after winning the ODI World Cup, he didn't show many emotions, and which is something which is a rare thing, as most as many people prefer to show their emotions even for small things. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Well done, well written. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. Just try and avoid some repetition, and some of the sentences you could construct in a better way, and some of the sentences you can break it into two sentences and rephrase the sentence. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's about it. Well done. Anyone else has written anything? If not, I can take it tomorrow as well if you need time. Anyway, tomorrow or during the next class. So the topic that I'd given for the others, Monica and Chandan, who are a part of the session right now, and others who are with us on the chat, topic was one person you admire the most. Okay, a person you admire. Simple. A person you admire. One person, so that you can focus on that one person and write. Okay, so well done, all three of you. Well done. Okay, so good that you all took time and took time out and wrote this. So well done. Okay, all right, I'll wrap it up now. I'll see you guys at 4 p.m. Okay. Thank you very much. Take care and well done. Well written. Okay. Keep it up. Keep writing about
Thank you, sir.
new topics like this.
Thank
Okay?
you, sir. So,
Thank
sir,
you.
this
Take
is the great way of learning. I think we can rectify our mistakes
Thank you.
more quickly by doing this such exercises.
Thank you. So that's why I always tell you all to keep writing, whether we discuss it or not. Yes, we will try and discuss it, but writing as a practice, as an exercise for self-learning purpose is very important. So just do it, and we'll come up with different topics like this. All right. Thank you. Take care. All right. I'll see you soon.
Thank
Good afternoon, everyone.